We got some shocking and heartbreaking updates revolving around the Titan sub. We got to take a look at this. But my question is this for real?
Pascal.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Pascal back at it again with another pop-up video. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and on Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word. Hit that like button down below, and let's not forget to crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this channel right here. Anyway, we got to jump into the story. As you know, if you've been following my show, following this channel, you know we have been watching and give you guys updates on the story of the Titan submersible that went down, was missing for a few days, only to be found out that it imploded on its descent down to see the Titanic wreckage, something that not a lot of people have gotten an opportunity to do. Okay, it's a rarity. Okay, it's definitely a novelty to be able to see something like that for real. We have been hearing more and more information about not only about Ocean Gate and their shystiness, but also about Stockton Rush and how he was cutting corners just so he can try to make a dream come true or try to keep a dream alive. In fact, there's information out here as well where they're saying the 5 passengers or all the passengers that have ever stepped into that Titan vessel, into that submersible, were signing contracts that were basically saying that they weren't customers. They were actually mission specialists. Interesting, right? Now, that's another conversation in itself, which maybe we'll be doing in another pop-up video. But I wanted to give you this information. There's some new developments here, and I don't know if this is actually true or not. I don't know if this is real. They're saying that these are leaked. This is a leaked transcript in communication. This is a full-on correspondence between the boat in which they deployed from and the Titan vessel itself, all the way up to when they lose communication, when the boat, the Polar Prince, loses communication with the Titan submersible. We got to look at this, guys, because this is very interesting. It's a TikTok. It was put out as a TikTok, and the question still remains, I still am wondering, is this for real? Is this really the transcript? Was this really the correspondence between land and ocean, or surface and the underneath? Or is this just some jerk out here trying to create some more drama around this tragedy? I still wanted to share with you guys because I know a lot of people have been sharing this with me, messaging me with this information saying, hey, this is what's going on. So I just wanted to get you guys at least up to date on what's going on as far as the recent developments around the Titan submersible. So let's take a look at this transcript. And it's a TikTok, so I'm just going to be scrolling through this and reading to you guys exactly what's being said. Now, just so you guys know, top means the Polar Prince, okay? That is the boat in which, obviously, the Titan submersible left from, okay? So they're communicating, and then the sub, obviously, sub means the actual submersible, okay? So here it is, and it's crazy the information that's being said here, okay? So clear, this is from the boat, okay? So the boat says, and I'm going to say boat instead of top because it seems a little bit easier to say for me, okay? So the boat says, clear for descent. Enjoy the ride. The sub, okay, or the Titan says, descending now. Titan also says, launch sequence complete. Ready? The boat says, all clear. Sub says, proceeding, or, the Titan. Enjoy the dive, gentlemen. Let's continue on. Then it moves on. You're 15 minutes into the dive. Current depth, systems check, please. Of course, this sounds like a normal correspondence between the boat and the submersible. Just making sure everything's all Gucci. Everything's good. Sub goes back, or the Titan comes back and says, system check complete, all in order. All lights are green. We are 756. I'm assuming that's the depth in which they are in this ocean. So there's 756 proceeding. Okay. The boat says, thank you, proceed. The boat says 30 minutes in. Update, please. Sub says all systems are functioning normally. We are in good shape, continuing our descent as planned. Fantastic news, in my personal opinion. Of course, we're thinking everything's Gucci, right? Let's continue on. So then it says, the boat says, superb, proceed. Obviously, I'm assuming that they have some sort of thing where if ish hits the fan, they go ascent, come back up. If red lights are going off, you know what I mean? So they're going, hey, continue. So the boat also says, all right, over 45 minutes mark. So this is 45 minutes into their descent. Current depth, confirmed status. The sub, the Titan, says depth is 1,934. All systems stable and descent continuing as planned. Happy crew. The boat says excellent. The boat also says about 8-9 minutes later, says you're in an hour, you're at the hour mark. The Titan says all smooth sailing here. We're continuing on. Then at 9:15, okay, for about 14 minutes after they said that they were how long they had been down there, they said, hey, you are at 75 minutes. Depth, status, do you need to adjust velocity? Like maybe the speed in which you're going down is too quick. Your descent might be going, the descent might be too fast, right? So the sub says, the Titan says, all under control at 2,960. No adjustments needed. We're enjoying the ride. The boat says understood. Then another 10 minutes, let's just say, the sub hits back, says, we're noting an alarm from the RTM. Now, the sub says this 15 seconds later, or a little bit over 15 seconds later, says reducing velocity descent depth at 3,433. Now, to me, we're noting an alarm from the RTM. Now, the RTM, I'm assuming, is like maybe the pressure controller that they have in the actual vessel, maybe measuring the amount of pressure that the vessel's actually receiving or taking at this particular time. I don't know. The RTM is still something that's very new to me, and anybody who knows anything about that, please, by all means, have a grand old time. Please explain down in the comments below, because that's a piece that I'm still trying to understand a little bit as well, what this RTM fully is. So any science experts out there, or people that have been on any submersibles, etc., please explain. I'd really like to know what that is. But I will say this: when you have it saying, hey, we're noting an alarm from the RTM, to me, no matter what, when you are down in the ocean, way down deep, 3,433 deep in the ocean, no offense, I'm about to tell you, when I see an alarm go off or a red light go off, I'm getting nervous. This is no bueno. This is bad news bears, y'all. Okay. So they said reducing velocity descent depth 3,433. Now, the thing is to me, I look at that and I go, yeah, you should turn around, baby. Yeah, turn around. The boat itself, command center, if you will, basically said, understood. Do you need to ascent? Meaning, do you need to turn this ish around, baby? Do you? Because that doesn't sound too good, right? Let's continue, though. So it says, the sub says, the Titan says, no change with thrust. The rate of descent is increasing. No change with thrust. The rate of descent is increasing at 35, I guess it's 3,500, right? Going to release the ballast now, stand by. Now, I'm thinking at this particular moment, my thoughts is, if this is 110% true, because I'm still treading lightly on this, and if this transcript really is leaked and it is true story here, to me, that sounds like they're saying, hey, we're releasing some of the stuff that we have to lighten the load so that maybe our descent doesn't go as fast, because it doesn't sound like he's willing to turn around. Stockton is the captain of this ship at this moment. Okay, he is the captain of this vessel, and he is not going, hey, I'm going to turn this bad boy around. But also he says no change with thrust. So in my mind, I'm thinking maybe they were trying to go back up, but because of the speed in which they were going down, the descent was so fast. Obviously, things were starting to fall apart in, not only just inside the vessel, but on the outside. Thrust, the no change with thrust, to me, it makes it sound like he was having a hard time controlling the actual submersible. But again, this is, like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I don't know nothing about submersibles or about sailing or the sea or anything of that sort. But when I hear something like that, that sounds like it's not good. But it does make sense for them to say, okay, I'm going to release the ballast, which is, it could, maybe he's trying to get rid of weight so that he can have more control over the submersible. Maybe. Okay. But I could definitely be wrong. Okay. So moving on, the boat says, okay, ground control. Okay. Says, yes, agree, release the ballast. Okay. Then the Titan says, no improvement. Preparing to jettison the frame, preparing to let go or get rid of, drop off the frame. Again, they're trying to release some weight because maybe the speed in which they're descending is too great. That's just my theory. Okay. Says, top says, or the boat says, affirmative. Update when available. RTM indicator status. Then Titan, 2 minutes later, says, frame jettisoned, multiple attempts needed, but starting the ascent now. Here it is. And of course, like I said, I could be greatly mistaken, misled, okay? But I see that as, okay, we're going to get rid of some weight because we need to get back up. And he says, and from the transcript, it does to me say, yeah, they're trying to turn this vessel back around because it's not sounding good. It's not, lights are going off, RTM indicator popped off, etc. That's no bueno. Okay, again, no bueno. But let's continue. Starting the ascent now. Boat says, Polar Prince says, multiple attempts. What's your status? RTM indicators depth. Okay, of course, I'd be concerned too if I were them too. Moving on. Boat again, okay, the Polar Prince again says, top update, or this is what they said. The boat says, update please when able. I'd be worried too. Then this is bad. The submersible allegedly, again, this is all alleged, says crackling sound at aft. I don't know what aft is, okay, but crackling sound at aft, man. Then the boat says, can you identify source? RTM indicator status. Sub says negative. Like, we don't know where it's coming from. We don't know. The boat says again, RTM status. What is the pressure? I'm assuming, what is the pressure? What are the measurements of pressure? I'm assuming that. Again, I could be wrong. Sub says, trying to run diagnostics. This is what the Titan said. Trying to run diagnostics, ascending now, but very slow. Sounds have subsided. Global RTM alert active, all red. That's not good at all, y'all. Let's keep it real. Okay. So trying to run diagnostics. They're trying to go back up because obviously Stockton knew that there was something wrong. Something was not right. But as they were trying to go back up, it's obviously going slow. Sounds have subsided. Global RTM alert active, all red. That's not good. Boat says understood. Any codes, depth, ascent rate. That's crazy, guys. This is crazy. So then it says updates when available, please. Again, they're going, what's up? Tell us something, right? So the Titan says slow ascent in progress. Quarter predicted. Unclear why rate is small. No indicator at 3,476, aiming for the surface. The boat says, we are talking it over with the engineer. Stand by. Then the boat again reached out again. Depth and status, please. What's the wattage on upwards thrust? The Titan comes back, reading red on the A power bus. I switched to B at 3,457 meters. More sounds after, I guess. I'm assuming more sounds after. I don't know what AFT is, but I'm assuming more sounds after. So in other words, they're still hearing bad sounds. That's not good. Again, that's still no bueno. The boat says, understood, continue ascent. Talking to Carlos about power bus situation right now. Stand by. Then the boat again says, we are activating recovery procedures. This is a minute later. We're activating recovery procedures. Carlos is requesting wattage output from bus B. Status update, please. Velocity of ascent. Then again, we are not receiving you. Update, please. That's at 9:50. I got questions, y'all. This is bad. Okay. And obviously this is a very viral video here of like a reenactment, an animation of the actual implosion. And we've all seen it. We all know it. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if that information is 110% true. I don't know if this is truly leaked information. I don't know if this is some jerk out here just trying to stir the pot, trying to create drama for the sake of drama, because you know how it is. A lot of people out here like to do random stuff like that and just act a doggone fool, okay? So I don't know if it's entirely real or not. I have yet to see mainstream media or any mainstream articles or news outlets put out information about this. But I wanted to share with you guys nonetheless, because it is still shocking, because it does make you think about something, or it should make you think about something. As we see this document, okay, as we see the transcripts, the correspondence between the sub and the boat in which they left from, it does still make you wonder, why did it take them 8 hours, still 8 hours, to contact U.S. Coast Guard, even almost 12 hours to contact the Canadian Coast Guard? Those questions still rock my brain right now and are still rocking my heart, because you clearly can see that something was up. They said it in that transcript. If the transcript is real, there was correspondence saying that there were issues on the way down. They tried to go back up. They lost correspondence. They lost communication. And then they just sat there for 8 hours doing nothing. That's absolutely insane to me, guys. It's definitely something that we got to put into consideration, because their timeline in this transcript, if it's real again, tells us something different. They knew something was wrong. They knew, the boat knew something was up. They didn't just sit there and go, well, let's just wait until they come back up. No, they lost correspondence. They lost communication. The sub, the Titan, was communicating with them, saying that there was things going off, crackling sounds, so on and so forth. This is terrible, guys. But isn't it crazy how much more information starts to come out, showing more transparency of what really went down? I think Ocean Gate, this is just my theory, was scared of trying to admit the truth or show the proof of, let's just say, something wrong happening. They tried to figure out, maybe they took those 8 hours to try to figure out a narrative that they can create. I don't know. But something was not right with this from the jump, and we all knew that, especially after we hear that the Navy was basically saying that they heard something go off around that same time that they lost communication with them, an hour and 45 minutes into their descent down to the Titanic wreckage. So with this transcript, again, if it's real, shows us a new narrative. And I find that very fascinating and shocking as hell. Anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment down below. I know that there's certain words in there and certain terms in there that I don't know much about, but if you guys know, please let us know, educate us in the comment section down below. That'd be really grateful, or that'd be really helpful, and I'd be incredibly grateful for that as well. But yes, this is some wild stuff. But like I said, if this is real, the truth will come out by any means necessary. So anyway, comment down below, hit that like button. Don't forget to crush that subscribe button. Be great to have you a part of the Pascal Show family. It's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.